It's hard to say whether Rich Piana went viral for his brutal honesty regarding steroids, his impressive yet equally unusual physique, or his memeable persona.
You gotta eat big to get big, goddammit.
One of my deep dark secrets, a lot of people have probably heard of this, but it's basically an 8-hour arm workout.
What?
But perhaps by looking into his life, his rise to fame, and his unfortunate death, we will answer this question. In this video, we will explore each stage of Piana's life: his early years, bodybuilding, day trading and investing, YouTube, social media, business, and his unfortunate death. Join me as we investigate the life and death of Richard Piana. This is Rich Piana, More Than a Monster. Richard Piana was born on the 26th of September 1970 in Glendale, California, and was raised in Sacramento, California. Rich has stated that his mother greatly influenced his hyper-focus on the physical shell. He also explains that his attraction to bodybuilding began at the age of 6. His mother and stepfather were both bodybuilders, and as such, he would go to the gym to watch his mother train, staring in disbelief at all the men which resembled his He-Man dolls.
I was always around bodybuilders, and then, she'd take me to the gym. So I was at the gym while she trained, 6, 7 years old, just in the environment. So, watching the big guys, and, I was into the He-Man action figures, and then I look around and realize that there's actually, real cartoon characters like this. And, so I just became intrigued.
He was thereby heavily influenced by her and Bill Canberra, an old-school bodybuilder.
I remember that one day everyone was like, who's that guy? Who's the guy over there? Who's the guy? And he was wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and it was Bill. And people were like, who is that guy? He's a monster.
At age 11, he finally began lifting weights, and 4 years later, he started competing in bodybuilding contests. At age 15, Rich participated in his first bodybuilding competition, and by age 18, it was clear that he had potential. If one was to look at images of Rich Piana taken during his rise to prominence, one might be surprised to hear that his career was quite short-lived and, in the grand scheme of things, not very prestigious. I say this because he clearly had an impressive physique during his bodybuilding peak, making well-known names such as Dave Palumbo look underwhelming. For example, in the 1999 NPC Nationals, in which Rich placed 7th, beating Dave. It's also worth noting that in preparation for this show, Rich ran the, quote, craziest regimen I've ever done in my life, also stating that he had packed on approximately 48 pounds in just 1 year.
I'm gonna talk about the craziest regimen I've ever done in my life. In a year, I put on approximately 48 pounds of muscle.
Rich did, however, win quite a few shows during his career. Rich's main bodybuilding achievements were first in the NPC Mr. Teen California in 1989, first in the NPC Super Heavyweight Mr. California in 1998, 7th in the NPC Super Heavyweight at the USA Championships in 1999, first in the NPC Super Heavyweight at the Los Angeles Championships in 2003, first in the NPC Super Heavyweight and overall winner at the Border States Classic, and first in the NPC Super Heavyweight at the Sacramento Championships, both of which occurred in 2009. After not placing at the NPC Nationals in 2010, it is my belief that Rich decided to hang up the togs and focus on other ventures. One of these ventures would be building a fortune.
I got into day trading, invested in mutual funds, invested in the stock market. I took it as far as day trading at home on the computer, started making good money. This is back, in the internet boom when anyone could make money.
Rich would make early money through such means as day trading and property investment, at least at this stage in his life. In early videos, he explains that his success in trading was through mutual funds, but he later realized that certain stocks were doing better than others. You know what, I'll just play the clip.
My money started growing. So I started to become like kind of obsessed with putting more money in. And then I started doing a little research on my own and I found out what makes up a mutual fund. So, I figured out that it's, certain stocks they put together in a portfolio is a mutual fund. So some of the stocks, were doing better than the other stocks. So, logical thinking is, why don't I just invest in those companies that, are really moving, higher risk, but more money.
Piana would then direct his attention towards property investment, mostly within Texas.
So I continued to day trade, and then, I bought my first house. So, within a couple of years, I sold that house, made a couple $100,000, and bought a bigger house. The market's still climbing. Still doing some, some trading, but not as much. I started getting involved in other things.
It soon eventuated that Rich no longer needed to work, as his investments were bringing in enough passive income. This allowed Rich to jump into the content creation with both feet. With his newfound bags, Rich had enough money behind him to redirect his attention to other ventures. One of these ventures would be starting his own YouTube channel, which he would do on April 11th, 2011. Rich's first YouTube video was tastefully titled "Interview with Hot Chick That Beat Up a Guy in Gold's Gym Parking Lot." Not entirely indicative of what his channel would later encompass. His second video, titled "Crazy Pitbull 23-inch Arms," was a little more on brand, and his next three would all be car related videos. These little snippets of Rich's life would inspire Rich to create those series which made him most famous, such as the Bigger by the Day and Resurrection series. These videos spawned such memes as, "Right babe, uh-oh, busted, whatever it takes," and "Yep."
Right, babe?
Yeah, yep.
All right, baby?
Yeah, yep.
Right, baby?
Yep,
Right?
yep. Yep.
Additionally, Rich's motivational speaking, personal life stories, gym sessions, special guest appearances, and insights into his daily life resulted in the rapid growth of his YouTube watch time and follow count. He would later leverage this notoriety and redirect it into other ventures, as we will discuss later. Rich would also create his Instagram on August 2012 and Facebook in October of the same year. These, of course, allowed him to further expand and grow his influence and audience.
Hey, what's up everyone? Today I want to talk about social media and I want to talk about the importance. A lot of people out there have no idea how important social media is nowadays, especially in the fitness bodybuilding community. Actually, in life in general, as far as a business tool, social media is incredible. As far as for personal use, I probably wouldn't be on there, but for business, it's an incredible tool.
In his videos, Rich often spoke of the mentality of the 5%, which he said is the percentage of people who are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. The importance of this mantra will also be discussed later.
Where the we park, babe?
I have fucking clue. I'm busy looking at you.
It's also worth noting that Piana's unique look allowed him to be cast for several small TV roles. Rich was cast in the following: The Parkers in 1999,
There's two more where that came from.
The Planet of the Apes in 2001, Scrubs in 2002,
Miss O'Brien, I'm afraid I'm going to need a urine sample.
Malcolm in the Middle in 2004, and Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Mr. California, 1998.
That's all I got, what can I say?
Of course, over a decade later, Piana would feature in a bodybuilding documentary, but let's go chronologically. Piana would also feature on various commercials, such as Dr. Pepper,
Tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper.
the Comedy Channel, and some weird procreation wrestling show. Earlier I mentioned that Rich would often refer to the 5%. Those people who would do whatever it takes to achieve their goals, goddammit. Well, this mantra inspired him to create a business which embodied it. This business was aptly called 5%, and it was through this brand that he pushed sales of supplements and apparel, mostly. This merchandise was, of course, targeted towards those he believed adhered to this mantra, this way of life. Rich would also become one of the first to utilize the powerful marketing tool of influencer affiliates or sponsored athletes, mostly big tattooed freak shows, as well as using booths at fitness expos to interact with fans and other various pigeons.
See any pigeons yet, Dad?
How about you, Lucky?
Who, me?
This brand was, of course, very profitable for Rich, and continues to sell quite well even today. However, this brand also caused some headaches. Mack Truck, a former 5% sponsored athlete, would attempt to fight Rich at the LA Fit Expo in 2017, after they had some big guy beef, as Mack Truck told Rich he wanted to leave his company for a bigger paycheck. At the expo, Truck tried to sucker punch Rich, as seen in this video.
Are you scared of doing it? You need to take a walk. Take a walk. Take a walk. Come on.
All right, y'all. So all these videos is circulating, and a lot of you people's talking about I sucker punch Rich. You can't sucker punch a person when you squared up with him. I was just quicker than dude, and y'all see he kept provoking me. I was on my way out. Man, my dude's leaving.
Mack would also later release a voice recording of Rich Piana in which he is making racist slurs. This, of course, threw Piana deservingly in hot water.
There's an audio tape floating around on the internet of me saying some fucked up shit. And when I first saw it, I had no recollection. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This is not fucking me. Obviously, it's my voice. So obviously, it is me. So I'm looking at Chanel like, babe, I have no idea what the fuck this is. So, you know, it's your voice, babe. So you must have said that shit. So just on that note alone, I want to apologize to everyone that it's not okay, it's never okay, never acceptable to use that word, period.
Well, when I heard that, I was floored not because, oh, this is Rich Piana, a white man saying this. It's because he have a platform. He have a lot of youth following him. And he have a lot of people that always leave a lot of racist comments on every black YouTuber channel. So it was like he gave them the fuel. So it was more so that. Now, do I think Rich hate black people? No. I always told him all the time, you the blackest white guy I know.
Bad blood seemed to run deep in the veins of former 5% athletes, as Big Boy would also have beef with Rich, as he sought Rich's blessing to start his own apparel brand.
I was with this brand, his clothing supplement brand.
5%, right?
Yeah, 5%. And he always told me like, hey, whenever you want to do clothing, just let me know, I'll be okay with it. So So that's what I did. I came to him out of respect as a man, you know what I mean? I don't have to come to him, but out of respect for someone that helped me out. So I went about and started doing that, and I guess it bothered him, you know what I mean? Even though he gave me the permission, not that I need permission, but out of respect, I got his permission. Yeah, out of loyalty and respect. And in return, he didn't show me the same respect, you know? He texted me at 3 a.m., like in the middle of the night.
These rivalries are a small blip in the otherwise overwhelmingly positive interactions most individuals had with Rich, and this is mostly how he is remembered.
He's passed away, so I have no ill things to say about him. I'll only speak positive, guys. Man, he hustled, you know, with the supplements. He hustled with his clothing brand. He hustled with the YouTube. He hustled at expos. Everything he did do it to the fullest, and that's what I learned.
It's also worth restating that the 5% company is still doing well today, selling primarily supplements and apparel.
I have to say that there were many years of my... Start over, motherfucker. Damn it.
After Rich would continue to kick goal after goal in business, yet continued to build his body, he would accomplish perhaps his greatest achievement in film to date. In 2017, Rich would be featured in Generation Iron 2, directed by Vlad Yudin. Although the film received mixed reviews, it was a far cry from his early acting achievements and, I believe, showed what a genuine person Rich was.
I have more haters than anyone, and I think I'm just the kind of person that people enjoy hating on. You know, it felt good for me to be the first one to just come out and say the truth.
This is especially evident when directly compared to others cast in the film, who I believe do not seem to fit that description.
Woman? My wife is here?
However, despite achieving such a fantastic and exciting milestone, his life would end in that very same year. On the 25th of August 2017, at the age of just 46.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick's Family Power. So unfortunately, I have to make another video that I didn't really want to make. So Rich Piana has officially passed away at the age of 46 years old.
Piana collapsed while getting a haircut from his girlfriend, Chanel Jensen. Rich spent 2 weeks in a coma before unfortunately dying. According to his autopsy report, both his heart and liver weighed twice that of an average adult male. It was also noted that he had significant heart disease, mild coronary atherosclerosis, fatty liver, congested thyroid, congested and discolored kidneys, ischemic brain tissue and brain swelling, ascites, which is the accumulation of protein-containing fluid in the abdomen, and yellowish discoloration of the skin. Additionally, the autopsy report was ultimately inconclusive on the cause and manner of his death due to the hospital's disposal of all toxicology specimens. This means that people who claim that Rich died of a direct result of drug use or abuse are simply speculating. Of course, I'm not insinuating that the drugs may or may not have been a contributing factor, but what I am saying is that I will not comment on this for two reasons. Firstly, I am not a doctor, and secondly, because Rich should be remembered for more than his autopsy findings and his admission of PED use. From an outsider's perspective, he was an honest, caring, and driven person who strived for greatness every day of his life. And in my opinion, this is how we should remember him.
Beautiful thing. He was always a nice guy. He was always kind. You know, you think you got your whole life ahead of you, but tomorrow's promised to no one. And Rich was 46, man. That's still a pup. And he had so much to offer and give back. And so,
this has been Rich Piana, More Than a Monster. I've been your host, Grant Kitchingman, and you've been somewhat entertained.
I cannot stress this enough. The more you put into anything in life, the more you're going to get out. The more hours you spend working on anything, the more you are going to get out. Work pays. It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals. Jesus Christ.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my second video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did making it. If you would, please hit subscribe and like to get that algorithm jumping. Until next time, stay frosty.